Well, today we're going to digress a bit from the regular 4x8 table, but I promise you won't be disappointed after seeing what's in this big ol' box that has arrived on my doorstep. I have had my Santa Fe Northern for a while now, and apparently you guys really liked that episode, but I haven't had anything quite appropriate to pull behind it, nor have I had the space. That is, until today. I have had my eye on a set of passenger cars on however you say it. These guys, who I know you know if you have ever bought trains online. They had available for sale all 7 heavyweight cars, including the Station Sounds diner for the Chief from 2005 that were made to go behind this very Northern. The price was right, even if still expensive, and yes, I got the approval from my wife no less. So I pulled the trigger on a combination of brand new and used heavyweights for the Northern to pull. The girls loved unboxing with me, almost too much. Knowing that they were probably keen to play in the big shipping box, I decided to move my operation downstairs. I also got the distinct pleasure of breaking the factory seal on some of the pieces, which is something I think I have only ever done one other time, back when I bought my nickel plate Berkshire of blessed memory. Since I am usually buying either vintage trains or used ones, I forgot just how much additional packing goes into a brand new one. All the wrapping around the car, rubber bands, and other cardboard and styrofoam odds and ends stuffed in random places to pack it in tightly. The smell is quite salient too, like a new car smell, and the pristine lack of dust or any kind of fingerprints is visually striking, since no matter how careful, that look won't last once they leave the box. These cars are just beautiful, so I eagerly worked on unboxing the remainder of them to assess their condition after shipping and to install the rubber diaphragms. I went to check on the girls upstairs, only to find that their initial interest in the hundreds of dollars worth of orange boxes had waned and indeed had been redirected to the shipping box, which was turned into a boat, or a fort, or a turtle shell, or some other creation of their imagination. Now, as you know, I don't have a place here at home to run the Northern, and I definitely don't have a place to run the Northern plus 7 heavyweight passenger cars behind it. So, we need to either build a new layout, or take it somewhere to run. The former is definitely not an option, so where might we take it, you ask? Well, you'll see. Anyways, regardless of where we're going to end up running these trains, I was not about to try transporting these passenger cars in their individual boxes. It took a shockingly long amount of time to get them all unboxed initially, and left me with a mountain of orange boxes to organize. So, I set out to create some custom boxes of sorts to easily transport the Northern and the passenger cars. I had seen a guy once use strips of foam like so in these shallow storage totes to transport his own passenger cars, making little divided slots for them to sit in. So I thought I'd try the same. The trouble is, this foam, which I picked up from Menards, is much more firm than I realized and quite fussy to get to fit snugly inside the totes. Also, it was just flipping cold outside when I was doing this, which added to my irritation. Though, I will say I happily prefer winter to summer. You can debate that in the comments. Anyways, it dawned on me that I could just use a really soft fleece blanket and wrap the cars like a pan of enchiladas within the blanket to keep them secure and protected from scratching or breaking off small details. I will shamelessly disclose that we are fussy in our house about natural fibers versus synthetic ones, and so this was a perfect opportunity to repurpose some blankets we otherwise wouldn't use. Oh, and before I finish packing this up, check out the observation car. I just love the Chief drumhead on the back, especially when it lights up. Anyways, when the cars are all packed up, this is what it looks like, and they don't slide around at all. Highly recommend this method for your passenger cars. So, I misled you earlier. Although I planned to take the Northern and its passenger cars somewhere where we could run them, we were projected to get a big winter storm. So, between my anxiousness to run the trains together and the impending cabin fever of being locked up in the cold and snow and ice, I went to Menards before the storm hit and picked up a ton of their tubular track to create a massive 072 loop to be able to run the Northern and these cars in our basement. And if it's 072, then of course I can justify buying a big boy in the future. Anyways, I set to work assembling the track and then tested it with a little 080 switcher. As an aside, and perhaps I've mentioned this in a previous episode, but this 080 was the very first train that I bought with money that I earned from my parents when I was about 9 or 10. The hobby shop in Wichita that I grew up going to, which has since closed, was owned by a gentleman kind enough to let me buy the set in pieces, earning enough money for the locomotive and each car over time. Anyways, having verified that the loop works, I moved my legacy system downstairs from the frigid garage and hooked it up. And in order to test it, I thought I'd use my other legacy engine that I haven't had the chance to run in a while either, the Kadee SD70. And I'll have you know that I bought this engine long before Chris with RBP Trains popularized the Kadee. Nothing against you, Chris, you're doing great things for the hobby. My grandfather on my dad's side worked for the MKT Railroad in Parsons, Kansas, and so the Kadee has always been a road name that I like to collect. I even got to see this engine in real life years ago during the Kadee Day celebration that takes place in Parsons each year. I'll put a link to that festival down below. It's always a great time. Anyways, now seeing that the loop works both in terms of power and command control, I was ready to set up this long train. It took a while, and I was surprised at just how long it ended up being. And truth be told, just like last episode, well, I ran out of storage on my phone before I could video any footage of it running in our basement. But I promised to make up for that, because with the weather subsiding, now I could get out and head to the Wichita Toy Train Club. And I tell you what, the O-gauge layout here far surpasses my basement loop of Menards track. The layouts are impressive, and it's just a lot of fun to hang out here on a Saturday morning, and to run trains, and to see others' trains running. There's an extraordinary collection both on display and from what people bring in to run, and it's just a great time all around. And while the children certainly enjoy the big trains, they also have fun with the little wooden ones too. I had one random glitch with the coupling that I didn't catch until I videoed this clip right here, but otherwise the whole set ran smoothly for her first run. If you happen to be in Wichita, stop by and you might catch me. I'll put more info about the club in the description. Oh, and just to prove that my loyalty to the Kadee existed before RBP Trains, here is my quote-unquote Kadee set that I have built thus far over the years. The original 2007 SD70, the lighted boxcar from 2018, Hopper from 2009, and Caboose from 2008. All well before his channel hit the scene. But truly, I am glad that he has helped popularize a road name that I always felt was lacking in catalogs. So, to paraphrase his greeting and kind of adopt it for a farewell at the end of this video, I hope you're having a great week. Thanks for watching. More to come. The original 2007 SD70, the lighted boxcar from 2018, Hopper from 2009, and Caboose. Goodness, sorry, I said Caboose. I about said kombucha. Goodness.